Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Monday Night Raw, or Alone Day Night Raw. I am Tony Schiavone, here with Trini Kwan and with Corey Graves. And today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Day Night Raw, we're going to see the TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings on stake. Even though I don't know what the English word, but I guess it would be waterway. And anyway, that's who's held by King Kong, Tony Schiavone says, which we have not seen wrestle or fight in some time. You got that right, Trini Kwan said. King Kong is the TWF Allegheny Earldom winner or fighter. And I think Allegheny is a borrowed word, so I guess the English word would be waterway. You know. And we'll see him here today. We haven't seen him in some time. You know. Well, I can tell you one thing, Corey Graves says, King Kong, he really has any King Kong. Well, King Kong doesn't really have, any grounds to speak of. You know. At the end of the day, sadly, King Kong, has never ever had any follow-up films. Oh yeah, they've all been remakes of some kind, but never no follow-ups. Unless you track Son of Kong as a follow-up. And I don't know if King Kong Lives and King Kong Free really tracks, because they were Hojo films, and I don't know if Hojo welcomes them. But what about Kong Skull Island? That film, Tony Schiavone said, isn't that seen as a follow-up to the first King Kong film, which many of them have been new makes of? I don't know, Trini Kwan said. I really don't know. Alright, King Kong said. It seems to me that a lot of folks are always thinking, am I a hidden fighter? Why haven't I put my TWF, Allegheny Earldom winnings, on stake? And the only answer I can come up with is that I have no run and lead over the booking. And no, that's not a forgiveness. That's the truth. It's not the forgiveness that I'm going to come up with. Like everyone has forgivenesses. And like that one film known as Treehouse Inmate, everyone has forgivenesses. They're like armpits or armholes. Holes. They all smell and they all reek. Well, guess what? Ricochet said, I guess I got an answer, to that bind that you happen to see yourself in. You don't have anyone to wrestle. I don't have anyone to wrestle. So the way I look at it, we should have a match here today for the TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings, or waterway winnings. Sorry for my burp. Oh yeah, you're right, King Kong says. You're right, I haven't wrestled anyone in some time. And it would be cool if you were the one that I ended up wrestling. Don't you think that? Yeah, alright. And we'll go for it. We just gotta get a fight lord in the ring, or a fight keeper in the ring, and it'll make everything true, Ricochet says. King Kong says, you want to know what? You want to know what? King Kong says, say how you want to say it. But yeah, I want to have that match with you. I want to have that fight with you. That's what I want to have. Well, Need be I make all your fuck. Come on, stand up. Need be I make all your dreams come true, Dennis Geronimo says. So, here today, we're going to see, here today, the TWF Allegheny Earldom Winnings, or Waterway Earldom Winnings, is going to be on stake. And it's going to be King Kong fighting Ricochet. So now, King Kong, you got a match. Now, Ricochet, you got a match now. You both got a fight now, Astronema says. Yeah. That was, in the way I think of it, Ecliptor says, I hope you two don't hold back on each other. I hope you two take each other out. Now, you might think that's mean, but I know that King Kong, you want to keep your winnings. And I know, Ricochet, you want to win his winnings. So don't hold back, Ecliptor says. Yeah, don't hold back, Astronema says, but also follow the oversight, follow laws, follow oversights. King Kong and Ricochet. King Kong, that's more of a bind for you because you like to climb up houses all the time. How many times did you climb up the Kaiserim Reich house? Many times, I would guess. And Ricochet, we know you like to fly around. So, we're going to have the match right here. King Kong fight Ricochet here today on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw for the TWF Allegheny Earldom Winnings or Waterway Winnings. Let's do it, Astronema says. Alright, Ecliptor says. Let's have the match now. I just want to know one thing, Corey Graves says. Why is it that very few folks never go to Astronema's workstead or workroom, to ask her about what match they want? Why does she always seem to come out? Why does she always seem to be coming out of nowhere? Corey Graves says. And the answer I can give you, Tony Chevalier says, I don't know. It's just how it's booked. But now we gotta get a fight war in the ring now. And now the match is gonna be underway. Well, this is for the TWF Allegheny Earldom Winnings or Waterway Winnings. First, he's Ricochet. And he is the TWF Allegheny Earldom or Waterway fighter, King Kong. Now, I know, Tony Schiavone says, I know a lot of folks over the years might say, oh, the TWF has too many winnings. Oh, they should. Shit! Thanks a lot. Just to put Astronema 1 down and Ecliptor 2. Astronema 2 and Ecliptor 2 back. It just knocks Astronema 1 down. So sorry for saying that. Anyway, here we go. I can tell you one thing now, Tony Schiavone says. King Kong, he's always been known to climbing up houses. We saw him many times climb up the Kaiserim Reich house many times. We saw him get knocked down by the Sky Arm many times. Yeah. And Corey and Trini Kwan say he has become well known for that. Almost all of his films have ended the same way. All of them being new makes and everything. Yeah, when is King Kong going to get a true follow-up film? And I don't mean The Son of Kong. Alright? King Kong, yeah, you can onlook him. But at the end of the day, he's got way too many new makes. Unless you want to look at the Hojo films, or the Warner Brothers film, Godzilla Fight Kong 1, or Godzilla Fight Kong 2, which is coming out this year or next year. No, it's coming out in 2026, YL. Corey Graves says. But I don't understand why why they keep giving him new makes. They can't come up with anything new for him to do. That's sad, Corey Graves says. You know what? Tony Schiavone said, we're not talking about how many new makes and new take films that King Kong has had over the years. We're talking about King Kong fighting Ricochet. And King Kong just might slammed at Ricochet, a body slam on Ricochet. Trini Kwan said, you to talk. You know, you're not the first cast caller to ever put down, good wrestlers. There's many of them in the past. You behave as if you were the first to ever do it. Oh, I know there's been many. Trini Kwan says. Oh, I know there's been many. At least King Kong has on look, something you don't have. Ricochet you don't have. Well, you say I don't have on look. Trini, who on looks you? You shape-shifted from between 93 while to between 94 while. Then you left, never heard from again. Some folks said you died and your daughter's taking your stead as the new mighty shifting yellow keeper for the upcoming Might Keepers thing. Ricochet down on King Kong, Tony Schiavone says. Do we don't really have to go there, Tony Schiavone says, Corey Graves. We don't need to do that. Well, you know what Trini Kwan said? Corey Graves, you always like to skate everyone else. Yeah, but I'm not the one who's always backing up my wife and all my wrestling matches. And has the forgiveness, I'm wedlocked to her, so I gotta say stuff about her. No, you don't, Trini Kwan said. You don't. Hey, but at least I have a wife. At least I am wedlocked. Trini Kwan, you never seeked a husband before. Hey, Tony Schiavone said we don't need this fighting over who's wedlocked, who's not, who's in kinship, who's not. We worry about the match. Well, Trini Kwan said I'm just gonna play as if I don't hear him. Oh, body slam. Ricochet in a bind right now. King Kong coming down with a splash, Tony Schiavone said. King Kong's going to get the 1-2-3 and keep his TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings, or whatever the English word for it is, Trini Kwan said. I think it's Waterway. Oh, Corey Graves says the Fiend who never had any new makes, bunch of remakes, and he's going to beat Ricochet. This is sad. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, and still the TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter, or Waterway fighter, King Kong. Well, we know King Kong has a hard time standing up in the ring unless he's against the ropes. And King Kong is still the TWF Allegheny Earldom fighter, and that's Adam Cole out of nowhere. He just struck down King Kong. Alright, I'm standing on top of King Kong. Ain't that sad, King Kong? No, I can't stand on top of you. I'm coming after you for your... Can't stand up. What the bloody hell? I can't stand up. Anyway, I just beat you up, King Kong. And I'm coming after your winnings. And if you think what I'm going to do to you, King Kong, is going to be worse than you falling off the Kaiserem Reich house, think it that way. Baby! Well, we do know one thing, Tony Schiavone says. King Kong now has a bind now. Adam Cole has started a bind with King Kong here today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Night Raw. Yeah, because Adam Cole's a bully. Adam Cole's a creep, Trini Kwan said. He was that way when he was in ROH. He was that way when he was in WWE. He's that way in AEW. And wherever he was before he went to there, he was like that too. You know. Well, I wonder if Renee Young is going to catch up with Adam Cole and learn why he did what he did to King Kong. Alright, Tony Schiavone, I'm going to be talking with Adam Cole here today on Monday Night Raw, or Alone Night Raw. Renee Young, first off, Adam Cole, why did you do what you did to King Kong? Oh, because I wanted when his winnings from him. 2, I have no onlook for anyone that keeps on getting knocked off the Kaiser's Reich house over and over again. How many new makes and new takes does this son of a bitch have? Too many. The only follow-up film they ever made was Son of Kong. Unless you look at the Hojo films like King Kong Lives and King Kong Breaks Out. Or, you know, King Kong Fights Godzilla, the first film. Or Kong Skull Island. Or how about this one for a thing? King Kong Fights Godzilla 2 diff and now a third film. King Kong, what I did to you is going to be worse than you falling off the Kaiser's Reich house many times. So, you want to come at me? Come right ahead. I'm not frightened of you, King Kong. I have no onlook for you. Yeah, you may be the oldest fiend. Your early film may have started in between 35 YL when everything was still in bullshit black and white. Well, it was still black and white until the between 60s YL anyway, right? Anyway, King Kong, I'm gonna beat you. Well, if I was you, Adam Cole, I would watch what I say and be careful what you wish for, because you might get it. And if you want to have a fight with King Kong, and he chooses to come after you, you got no one to guilt but yourself, only yourself. Yeah, Renee, I know what kind of bind King Kong can make, and I know how many times he's fell off the Kaiser's Reich house many times. Well, that's my talk with Adam Cole. Back to you, Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Renee Young, for talking with Adam Cole here today on Monday Night Raw. Or Alone Tonight Raw. That's all the time we got here. I am Tony Schiavone for Trini Kwan and Corey Graves. We hope you like Monday Night Raw or Alone Tonight Raw, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.